Easy enough. How many years in Aurora PD?
13, sir.
13 years. I'm going to ask you the goofy question I asked all the guys. Why did you become a police officer?
Well, it goes back to being in Afghanistan. I just really enjoyed, going after bad guys. I guess I never wanted to be a police officer. I actually, when I was a kid, got in a little bit of trouble. So, nothing with too bad, but yeah, I just never had any desire to be a police officer. But when I was in Afghanistan, I really enjoyed making a difference.
I'm not going to ask you a whole lot of specifics about Afghanistan. I'm not going to ask you a whole lot of specifics about the theater, but do you think that training and things that you saw in Afghanistan prepare you for something that you'll see in the United States like that?
No, I don't think it did. I saw a lot of not great things in Afghanistan. I think it's a question of context, and you don't expect to see those type of things in the United States. So it really kind of threw me off. Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't ready for it. Because in Afghanistan, you're ready for it. It's a war zone, but no, I didn't expect that.
You saw war zone type injuries in Aurora, Colorado.
I did.
In a movie theater.
I did.
Weren't ready for that.
I don't think I was. I wasn't just expecting that. It was, as I said, it was just so out of place.
Was there a moment that night where it's like, whoa, this is bad?
Yeah, it was bad when we went in. We stacked up on the door, and the first thing we noticed is there's a rifle laying on the ground, and that was just okay. And then we went in, and it was just carnage. It was just people shot. I mean, it was like a horror movie with blood, and yeah. And then there was, of course, the CS gas that he had filled the air with, and just that loud siren.
You a different person today?
I would say so.
What way?
I'm more mature. Yeah, I would say I'm more appreciative of life. One of the things is you just kind of go through being a police officer, and you distance yourself, and you have to, because you won't go to work if you don't. But that was very personal for me.
What was your job that night?
Are you talking overall, or are you talking...
Just when you went in the theater, once you got in the theater.
Well, first thing we did in the theater was we just looked for the bad guy. And then someone said they had him out back, so I immediately headed that way. And Jason Oviatt and I believe it was Ryan Sweeney had him, or was it Jason? I'm sorry. It's been a while. They had him on the, it was Jason Sweeney, had him on the ground. And I came up, and he was laying on the ground, and I immediately took his legs and put him in what's called a figure four. It's for, just a control hold. Mm-hmm. And just because I had to feel like I was doing something. Yeah.
What did you do after that?
They cuffed him up, and they did a very, very professional job. They cuffed him up, stood him up, walked him away, and I headed back into the theater, and I really didn't know what to do. Because you go in there and you're thinking you're going to go get in a gunfight. You're thinking, and then you don't know. After that, you stand there and you're like, well, I'm not sure how to make myself useful. I'm sorry, I'm rambling a little bit. And then I saw Officer Merrick, John Merrick. He came out with a woman in his hand, and I said, I can do that. So went in and started giving aid to people.
There was a time when I think it was Hawkins said that you guys kind of saw each other after.
Yeah.
And both didn't realize how bloodied you were.
Yeah, there was a lot of blood. I remember taking off my uniform that next morning, and my legs were covered in blood. And my hands I had washed, but Yeah, there was a lot of blood.
You saw some. I asked this when you guys were all together about considering yourself heroes. A lot of people call you heroes, but you're quick to point at other people. Who do you point the finger at when you say that guy's a hero?
Pretty much everybody I work with. I mean, I can name individual actions. You mentioned Mike Hawkins. I mentioned John Merrick, Steve Redfern, Jerry Johnsgard, Brian Butler. I mean, I can give you names of everybody that I saw do individual things, but it wasn't just them. It was everybody that responded.
Proud of them.
Absolutely.
In a way, I bet that a lot of people might not understand.
Yes, sir.
5 years after the fact, what do you want to know? What do you want people to know about the Aurora Police Department and how you guys are all doing?
Well, 5 years after the fact, I would say I think we're doing well. I'm proud to be part of the Aurora Police Department because I think, they gave us the tools to do what we needed to do that night. Maybe I'm getting off topic again. But I would say I'm proud to be a police officer. I'm proud of what we did that night, and I think we're doing okay. I mean, I don't know how all the victims are doing, but I think we as the police are doing okay.
Just okay?
It depends. The day. Yeah. I thought I was doing a lot better before this, so